Assalamualaikum. I'm Talat Suhail. I welcome you all to Virtual University's program on Personality Psychology. Dear students, today is our lecture number 18. We are talking to you about Sheldon's somatotype theory. जनाब लेक्चर नंबर 18 को शुरू करने से पहले let us recap what we have done in lecture number 17. In lecture number 17 we began with a very fantastic and fanciful Sheldon's somatotype theory. हमने ये देखा कि before Sheldon it was Hippocrates who was talking about classifying people into two types, that is individuals who are short and thick and individuals who are lean and tall. So for Hippocrates, all the individuals in this world can be classified, can be grouped into two categories. It was later that Kretschmer came up with his classification of physiques, and based on these physiques he began talking about asthenic type of individual, athletic type of individual, pycnic type of individual, and he also referred towards dysplasia. Based on these background, it was Sheldon who developed his topology, his classification, and according to Sheldon, basically individuals are of three types. Individuals possess three types of physiques, and the relationship of these physical observable characteristics of the soma, of the body, of the physique, and its relationship with temperament, its relationship with mood in explaining personality, in explaining human behavior. So dear students, we were talking to you about Sheldon's somatotype theory, और इसमें जनाब हमने उसकी somatotyping प्रोसेस और टेक्निक का आपसे जिक्र किया. Somatotype descriptive process, it consisted of classifying people according to a technique, और टेक्निक उसमें शेल्डन ने ये इस्तेमाल की. He used a standardized set of some 46,000 photographs of males, and out of that he selected 1,000 photographs, and he tried to study the physique or body type of these 1,000 males according to 5 areas of the physique, जिसमें था head and neck, arms, chest trunk, stomach trunk, and legs. So these were the 5 different areas of the body based on which he developed his somatotyping technique. And on the basis of these 5 different parts of the physique, he classified people into 3 groups: endomorphs, mesomorphs, ectomorphs. So it was endomorphs, mesomorphs, ectomorphs. And then he also talked about dysplasia. Dysplasia basically is disharmony, disbalance. That is, individual would be having certain parts of one physique type and certain parts of the body of another physique type. That is what Sheldon means by dysplasia, that is disharmony in body types. जनाब हम आपसे जब बात कर रहे थे, we were talking to you about female somatotyping. So today we are going to discuss some of the other concepts of the somatoform theory. So let us begin with our lecture number 18. Dear students, we have a very important question in front of you. What is constitutional psychology? सवाल आपसे ये है कि constitutional psychology क्या है? What is constitutional psychology? Now, constitutional psychology looks at the physique for the explanation of human behavior. Sheldon's somatotype theory looks at the physique or body type or soma for the explanation of human behavior. So for Sheldon, he tries to define that there are physical variables, there are physical characteristics of the physique, and there are temperament variables or temperament characteristics. Physical or physique characteristics in combination with temperament characteristics are used by Sheldon in explaining human personality, in explaining human behavior. A complete description of the process of somatotyping the male body is contained in Sheldon's Atlas of Men, 1954, which includes representative somatotype photographs of over 1,000 men derived from a total sample of 46,000 photographs. The physical measurements provide ratings for the 5 different areas of the body: head, neck, chest trunk, arms, stomach trunk, and legs. Dear students, we are talking to you about Sheldon's somatotyping technique. In this somatotyping technique, Sheldon employed and used some 46,000 standardized photographs of male subjects, and out of which he selected 1,000 photographs. And on the basis of these 1,000 photographs, he described and studied individuals on 5 different dimensions of the body: head and neck, the chest trunk, arms, stomach trunk, and the legs. And on the basis of these 5 different areas of the body, he classified people into 3 types. So the primary components of the physique include endomorph, mesomorph, ectomorph. The secondary components of the physique include dysplasia and female somatotyping. Number 3, we'll talk about analysis of behavior, that is dimension of temperament and primary component of the temperament. Number 4, relationship of physique to behavior, that is factors mediating physique and temperament association. Number 2, biological and genetic orientation. Number 3, unconscious processes. Number 5, characteristic research and research methods, that is physique and mental disorder, physique and delinquency, and of course we'll in the end evaluate his theory. Now, dear students, we have discussed with you certain examples. हमने आपके साथ कुछ examples discuss किए, such as fat and plump people who have happy and jolly moods. हमने कहा था, have you ever come across people who are fat and plump and who are very happy and they have very jolly or good or pleasant moods? Then we have got individuals who are lean and frail and they possess shy, timid temperament. Now, if you can recall PTV serial Alif Noon, where the character of Noon is typically fat and plump and he is a jolly type of a person. On the other hand, the character of Alif, lean and frail, and a person who is very cunning, sly, and who is always scheming against people. So, बात आपसे हो रही है about different body types and how different body types is related with different temperaments. और हमने ये देखने की कोशिश हम ये कर रहे हैं कि specific body type is related with a specific temperament, with a specific mood. There are individuals who are very aggressive. There are individuals who possess very pleasant personality. There are individuals who are very rude. So we are trying to link, combine a specific body type with a specific temperament, with a specific mood. You have every right to disagree with it. It's not our personal conviction. It is a theory which has been put forward by William H. Sheldon. And the focus of this theory is that people who live in this world can be classified according to physique, according to observable body type into different categories. Now, each physique type possesses a specific temperament, a specific mood. ज़्यादातर लोगों की यही ऑब्जर्वेशन और परसेप्शन है कि पीपल who are fat and plump, they are very jolly type. They love to cut jokes. They love humor. So a sense of humor is there in their personality. Dear students, we are talking to you about William H. Sheldon's somatotype personality theory. और उसमें हम आपसे ये बात कर रहे हैं कि people in this world possess different body types, different physiques, and the relationship of physique or body with temperament can be used in explaining one's personality, can be used in explaining one's behavior. So, personality can be explained with help from physical observable characteristics, with physique, with soma, with body type, and this particular observable physical characteristics, when linked with temperament or mood, are an excellent combination, according to Sheldon, in explaining human behavior और in explaining personality. हम कोशिश ये कर रहे हैं कि इस बात को क्लियर कर लें कि a specific body type related with specific mood is used by people in typing people, in classifying people, in grouping people in categories. और हमने ये कहा कि उसमें हमारे पास बहुत सारे चीजें हैं. सबसे पहली चीज है the structure of the physique. Then we are focusing on structure of the physique. It was Sheldon who gave us 3 physique types: endomorphs, mesomorphs. It was Sheldon who gave us 3 types of physiques: endomorphs, mesomorphs, and ectomorphs. So basically, Sheldon is talking about 3 types of physiques. The secondary components of the physique include dysplasia and female somatotyping. जनाब, यहाँ तक हमने पिछले लेक्चर में किया था. We did talk about dysplasia, but we have to begin with female somatotyping with you. Then we can begin with the other leftover components. We can discuss the leftover components, constructs of Sheldon's somatotype theory. Female somatotyping. The bulk of the initial work that was done with Sheldon's physical dimensions was carried out with males. In his first volume on physique, Sheldon in 1940 states that the evidence then available indicates that the same 76 somatotypes seem to occur among women as has been observed among men, although probably with different frequencies. He also suggests that endomorphy combined with ectomorphy are more common among women, while mesomorphy combined with endomorphy are more common among men. Dear students, we are talking to you about Sheldon's somatotype theory. उसमें फोकस है on classifying individuals into 3 pure types. और ये 3 pure types के अलावा Sheldon is also talking about dysplasia. Dysplasia simply refers to that there is a disharmony. और ये disharmony किस तरह है कि an individual may possess certain physique parts of one type and other physique parts of another somatotype, and that is what according to Sheldon is dysplasia. Main work of Sheldon was basically on males, and he is saying that the female somatotyping is also the same. That is, there are the same number of some 76 somatotypes or physiques which are observed in males and females. However, there is a difference. When it comes to female somatotyping, there is more a combination of endomorphy with ectomorphy which is observed in females, and there is mesomorphy with endomorphy which is more observed in males. तो जनाब आपको ऐसी फीमेल्स नज़र आएंगी जिनके कुछ फिजिक पार्ट्स आर लीन एंड फ्रेल, and there would be other physique parts of the same individual which would be plump and fat. Similarly, you'll come across males where you'll see that they possess muscular bodies or physiques, and then they would be the ones who would be very much lean and frail as well. Now, it shows that certain types are there in one gender, and there is a certain type or more of another particular physique or let's say body types in the other gender. So as far as males and females are concerned, their body or physiques, or let's say the physique components, differ as far as Sheldon's classification of physiques is concerned. Dear students, we are talking to you about Sheldon's basic somatotype theory, जिसमें हमने आपके साथ primary components of physique किए, including ectomorphy, mesomorphy, endomorphy, dysplasia and female somatotyping. Now, let us talk about the relationship of physique with temperament, with mood. सबसे पहली बात तो ये कि क्या ये पॉसिबिलिटी है कि आपकी फिजिक और बॉडी टाइप जो है उसकी कोई रिलेशनशिप या लिंक है आपके टेम्परामेंट से, आपके मूड से, आपके बिहेवियर से, आपके पर्सनैलिटी से? वेल, द आंसर इज यस, सर्टेनली physique type is related with temperament, with personality type, with behavior. How a particular body type is related to personality or temperament? Given a stable means of assessing the physical aspects of human build, the constitutional psychologist must still devise or borrow some method of assessing behavior in order to explore the relationship between physique and personality. Dimensions of temperament. Initially, the literature of personality, especially that having to do with specifying human traits, was carefully inspected, and a list of 650 traits was extracted. The list was increased by adding variables derived from the investigator's own observations, and then it was sharply reduced through combining overlapping dimensions and eliminating those that seemed of no significance. In the end, Sheldon and his co-workers had a total of 50 traits that seemed to them to represent all of the specific phenomena that has been dealt by the original 650 traits. बात आपसे हो रही है जनाब डायमेंशंस ऑफ टेम्परामेंट की, जिसमें शेल्डन ने एक टेक्निक इस्तेमाल की. ही एक्सटेंसिवली reviewed the literature of personality and he extracted some 650 traits. और ये जो 650 traits थी ये बेस कर रही थी जो उसने निकाली लिटरेचर ऑफ पर्सनैलिटी में से, अपनी पर्सनल ऑब्जर्वेशन को इस्तेमाल किया और दूसरी चीज़ों को. नाउ दिस लिस्ट ऑफ 650 traits was then radically sharply reduced because of the overlappings in them. जो चीज़ें और जो ट्रेड्स ओवरलैप कर रही थी उनको रिड्यूस किया गया, and this huge list of 650 was sharply reduced to 50 traits. सिर्फ 50 ट्रेड्स के ऊपर आ गया मामला, and all these 50 traits were then used in explaining different temperaments of people. तो पहला स्टेप के ही simply devised a huge list of 650 traits, radically reduced it to 50, और अब इन 50 traits को he used in explaining different types of temperaments possessed by people having different types of physiques. Primary components of temperament. The results of the correlation analysis revealed 3 major clusters or groups of traits that included 22 of the original 50 traits or items. The first group included traits of relaxation, love of comfort, pleasure in digestion, dependence on social approval, deep sleep, and a need of people when troubled. तो जनाब ये जो हमारे पास 50 ट्रेड्स का एक क्लस्टर आया, एक ग्रुप आया थ्रू कोरिलेशनल एनालिसिस. दिस ग्रुप ऑफ 50 ट्रेड्स, it was then divided into 3 major cluster of traits. ये जो 50 traits शेल्डन ने निकाली through using the correlational analysis techniques, he tried to classify 3 clusters of traits that existed in this group of 50. जो पहला क्लस्टर या पहला ग्रुप या पहला गुच्छा हमारे सामने आता है ट्रेड्स का, that include traits of relaxation, love of comfort, pleasure in digestion, dependence on social approval, deep sleep, and need of people when troubled. Surprisingly and very interestingly, if you go through this cluster of traits, you come across individual who is in desire of comfort, physical comfort and psychological comfort. That is, he needs support when he or she is troubled. The second cluster of traits include assertive posture, energetic characteristic, need of exercise, directness of manner, unrestrained voice, and need of action when troubled. So this second cluster of traits include individuals who are very energetic, who have got more control over themselves, and there is a directness of manner, that is, whatever, they are very straightforward and there isn't going to be any hiding of emotion, unrestrained voice, and need of action when one is troubled. So this second cluster of traits includes certain characteristics which are there in people. Finally, there was a third group of traits including restraint in posture, overly fast reaction, sociophobia, inhibited social address, resistance to habit, vocal restraint, poor sleep habits, youthful intentness, need of solitude when troubled. So this third group of traits include: one is very reserved in posture, very active in responding, suffers from social phobia, inhibited social address, resistance to habit, vocal restraint, poor sleep habits, or youthful intentness, and need of solitude when troubled. Dear students, we are talking to you about dimensions of temperament. और हमने आपसे इसमें ये कहा कि this is particularly one area where Sheldon first of all collected a huge number of some 650 temperament traits, and out of these 650 temperament traits, he radically reduced them to some 50 traits by trying to minimize the overlapping that was there in the traits, and then using the correlational analysis techniques, he divided these 50 traits into 3 clusters, into 3 groups, and then using each cluster of traits with a specific body type, he classified people. So, interestingly, we are talking about physique type, and now he is talking about temperament types. So, एक तरफ वो बात कर रहे हैं कि there is a specific physique type, body type, and on the basis of physique or body type you can classify people, and now he is talking about temperaments or moods, and on the basis of temperament or mood we can classify people into groups. And he initially used a big cluster of 650 traits, उसको उसने रेडिकली रिड्यूस किया 50 पे, और फिर इन 50 में से यूजिंग द कोरिलेशनल एनालिसिस टेक्निक ही सिलेक्टेड 3 clusters, and these 3 cluster of traits now represents people according to temperaments. यानी इस दुनिया में जितने लोग हैं उनको हम इन 3 temperamental cluster of traits के थ्रू एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हैं. We can explain their behavior, we can explain their personality using these 3 cluster or 3 groups of temperaments. Dear students, we are talking to you about William H. Sheldon's somatotype personality theory. और इस somatotype theory में हमने कहा कि पहले शेल्डन का फोकस था on physique types when he was talking about endomorphy, mesomorphy, ectomorphy or dysplasia, because he was focusing and classifying people according to different body types. उसके बाद he gave us another typology, and that is the typology of temperament. People in this world can be classified according to their moods. There are people who are very polite, there are people who are very rude, there are people who are very happy, jolly type, there are people who are very depressed and sad. So your temperaments or the traits of your temperaments can be used in classifying people. Dear students, we are talking to you about William H. Sheldon's somatotype theory. और हम आपसे अब बात करेंगे relationship of physique to behavior. We have now seen how Sheldon identified what he considered to be the basic components of the physique structure and temperament function. And we have also observed how he devised instruments to measure these components. It remains to survey his attempts to relate these 2 classes of variables. Dear students, we are talking to you about Sheldon's 2 typology, physique typology and temperamental typology. Physique typology is referring and classifying people according to body types. Temperament typology is referring to how we can classify people according to temperament. ये 2 variables हैं. दोनों की क्लासिफिकेशन के लिए शेल्डन यूज डिफरेंट सेट ऑफ टेक्निक्स, डिफरेंट स्ट्रेटजीज, एंड देयर इज येट समवन हु और इट इज द वर्क ऑफ द रिसर्चर्स टू सी इफ हाउ दीज 2 कैन बी कंबाइंड टुगेदर. डियर स्टूडेंट्स, वी आर टॉकिंग टू यू अबाउट शेल्डन्स somatotype theory, जिसमें हमने जब बात शुरू की थी तो यही फोकस था, फिजिक टाइप, temperament type. Now let us see factors which are mediating physique and temperament association. We accept here the existence of a marked relationship between measures of physique and measures of important behavioral attributes and inquire into what has led to this striking congruence. One may reason that an individual who is endowed with a particular type of physique is likely to find certain kinds of responses particularly effective, while an individual with another type of physique will find it necessary to adopt other modes of responses. The individual with a frail ectomorphic body cannot successfully adopt an aggressive, domineering manner in relation to most people, whereas it may be perfectly possible for the oversized mesomorph to do so. Further, the child with a small stomach or low thresholds for pain may be exposed to characteristic experiences that are strikingly different from those typical for individuals of different physical characteristics. Dear students, we are talking to you about a specific physique type and how this specific physique type possesses a specific temperament. Now, for example, an individual who has a lean and frail body is classified as an ectomorphic individual, and this frail and lean individual would be possessing a very polite, a very humble temperament, because this individual cannot afford to have a very aggressive type of temperament, while on the other hand, an individual who is mesomorph, who has a very muscular body, who has a lot of strength and power, can adopt an aggressive, rude, straightforward, very assertive temperament. So, got to take into account a particular body type and its relationship with temperament. हम आपसे ये बात कर रहे हैं कि एक specific body type is related with specific temperament. An ectomorphic individual who has lean and frail structure or body cannot afford to have a very aggressive temperament, does not possess a body type like that. A mesomorphic individual who has a very muscular build possesses a physique like a boxer, like a wrestler, like an individual who can have a very aggressive, assertive, domineering sort of temperament. Similarly, an endomorphic child, एक ऐसा बच्चा जो कि बहुत प्लम्प है, बहुत फैट है, he would be having a very happy, jolly type of a personality. Dear students, we are trying to relate body type with physique और उसके लिए हम कनेक्ट कर रहे हैं फिजिक को टेम्परामेंट टाइप के साथ. Given a particular physique and a normal environment, the individual finds certain kinds of responses are relatively often rewarded and certain other kinds of responses are usually punished. This implies that the individual will develop patterns of behavior that will show similarity to behavior of other people who, because of sharing the same kind of physiques, have had similar sets of experiences. Another possibility is that the relationship between physique and temperament is mediated by commonly accepted stereotypes or social stimulus value within the culture in regard to the sort of behavior to be expected of individuals with different kinds of physique. So the thing is that a particular physique and stereotypes associated with that physique, stereotypes are actually images or perceptions related to individuals. और ये perceptions they are usually they do not have any evidence in reality, लेकिन ये stereotyped images जो हैं ये बन गए and they are carried on and on. For example, individuals who are mesomorphs, who have very muscular bodies, well, the stereotype is that it is these individuals who would be very aggressive, would be very assertive, would be very domineering. Similarly, that all fat and plump individuals are jolly and happy, lucky go type of individuals, and all lean and frail individuals, they are very depressed, sad, and they are the ones who are cunning, sly and crafty. So it is one thing that stereotypes are there, which somehow that is labeling is there, and this stereotyped images and labeling also is another reason for a specific physique type related to specific temperament. Biological and genetic orientation. Many personality theorists have chosen to place a heavy emphasis on psychobiological nature of human behavior. Murray, Murphy and Freud. However, few have shown much willingness to adapt their procedural methods to this assumption. Sheldon's position may be that biological factors are of overwhelming importance in accounting for human behavior, and his consequent decision to attempt the measurement of important elements of this biological foundation of behavior. बात आपसे हो रही है जनाब biological and genetic orientation की. It was basically Murray, Murphy and Freud who have emphasized on the biological foundations of behavior. That is, genes and biology are the important determinants of personality and human nature. Sheldon is also resembling them to an extent when he is talking about biological determinants of physique and how these biological determinants of physique are related in explaining personality and related in explaining human behavior. So आप कह सकते हैं कि Sheldon is also focusing on body type or biological component as the determinant of personality. So he is resembling over here with Murray, Murphy and Freud, though in a slightly different way. वो बायोलॉजी और जीन्स को किसी और पर्सपेक्टिव में ले रहे हैं और समझें, और शेल्डन जब बायोलॉजी और बायोलॉजिकल डिटर्मिनेंट्स की बात कर रहे हैं तो ही इज रिफरिंग टूवर्ड्स फिजिक, सोमा और बॉडी टाइप. अनकॉन्शियस प्रोसेस. The importance of unconscious determinants of behavior is accepted by Sheldon, but he is inclined to equate these determinants to underlying biological factors. Presumably, if the individual knew more about the structure of his body and biological factors at work within it, he would be more conscious of the forces that impel his behavior. It's very important to understand that Sheldon is talking about unconscious processes as well. According to Sheldon, if we know our physique or specific body type, and it is because of this specific physique or body type and the biological forces within it, the unconscious processes within it that impel or that push our behavior in a certain direction. Well, if these unconscious processes and their relationship to a specific physique or body type can be located, well, that will help an individual in understanding his personality, in understanding his behavior. So, unconscious processes and their relationship, how they work within the individual in a specific body type of an individual will help in understanding individual's personality. Dear students, let us now talk about characteristic research and research methods. More than most personality theorists, Sheldon's formulations are embedded in empirical studies. We have already gained a rather representative view of his investigations in the process of noting, number 1, how he set about the formulation and measurement of physique and temperament. Number 2, he investigated mental disorder and delinquency against the background offered by somatotype measurement, physique and mental disorder. Constitutional psychology not only gives promise of providing new vistas of understanding in the study of normal human behavior, it also offers the possibility of understanding better and perhaps alleviating or preventing various psychological and social abnormalities. Consistent with this conviction are Sheldon's study of mental disorder that are reported in one brief paper. After examining the state of psychiatric diagnosis, he concluded that it would not be possible to approach the study of physique in relation to mental disorder without first providing a measure of mental disorder that was more objective and sensitive than customary diagnostic techniques. Dear students, we are talking to you about characteristic research and research methods. हम आपसे बात करेंगे characteristic research and research methods की, और हमने ये कहा कि शेल्डन की 2 contributions हैं in research area. Number 1, he is trying to focus on physique type and how physique type is related with temperament type. Different physique types are related with different temperaments. Number 2, he is trying to relate physique type with mental disorder, and he is trying to establish the relationship of different physiques with delinquency. So 2 contributions उसके research के area में बहुत वाज़ें. First of all, he is trying to study personality with reference to physique and temperament. Number 2, he is trying to study personality, physique type with reference to mental disorder and delinquency. So these 2 contributions in themselves are very marked by Sheldon. The first one, physique and mental disorder. जनाब बात ये है कि जब हम फिजिक और मेंटल डिसऑर्डर की बात करते हैं, it's not possible to label that certain physique type will have certain types of mental disorders. उसकी वजह ये है कि जो हमारे पास ट्रेडिशनल मेथड्स ऑफ डायग्नोसिस मौजूद हैं डायग्नोजिंग मेंटल डिसऑर्डर्स, सिंपली ऑन बेसिस ऑफ देम we cannot label that will it be ectomorphs, mesomorphs, endomorphs who will possess a psychotic disorder, who will possess anxiety disorder. उसकी वजह ये है कि we are not in a position to diagnose people on specific physiques having specific mental disorders because we do not possess accurate diagnostic techniques on the basis of which with 100% surety we can say that a specific physique type will have a specific mental disorder. उसके लिए आपको diagnostic techniques थोड़ी सी और रिफाइन, थोड़ी सी और वेल डेवलप्ड चाहिए. Second important thing, physique and delinquency. Sheldon's 8-year study of delinquent youth was conducted to provide a kind of background against which to compare his findings from the study of normal college youth. The investigation was carried out at the Hayden Goodwill Inn, a resident rehabilitation home for boys in Boston, Massachusetts. During the 3 years from 1939 to 1942, approximately 400 young men were studied by Sheldon, and his collaborators, and from this sample 200 were selected for a follow-up study after the war on the basis of completeness of information and clear evidence of delinquency. All of the subjects were examined by means of somatotype performance test and assigned somatotype rating as well as rating on the secondary components of the physique. Dear students, we are talking to you about physique and delinquency. हमने आपसे ये कहा कि it was Sheldon's huge amount of work that he carried on delinquents. Basically हम ये देखते हैं कि it is the period from 1939 to 1942 where we see that it was basically at Hayden Goodwill Institute, a resident rehabilitation home for boys in Boston, where Sheldon worked on a sample of some 400 delinquents. It's a huge sample. और ये स्टडी जो है ये लॉन्गिट्यूडनल स्टडी एक ज़्यादा लंबे अरसे के ऊपर चली. Now basically delinquents are individuals, young boys under 18 who have been convicted of a crime, और convict आप उसको कहते हैं जिसके against crime prove हो चुका होता है, and now they are in a rehabilitation center जहाँ पे उनका इलाज किया जा रहा होता है, उनके फॉल्टी बिहेवियर पैटर्न्स को मॉडिफाई करने की कोशिश की जा रही होती है. सो शेल्डन वाज ट्राइंग टू establish a relationship between a specific physique with delinquency, with delinquent behavior. So he was trying to relate these two things together using his somatotyping process. और उसके लिए उसने जो टेस्ट इस्तेमाल किए वो somatotype performance test and somatotype ratings as well as ratings on the secondary components of physique. So this was something which was a rare phenomena, that is a specific physique related with delinquency or with a perverted behavior, a specific physique related with mental retardation, a specific physique related to specific temperament. So these were the research connections. These were his research orientations. Now let us evaluate his theory. We may largely credit Sheldon with reminding psychologists that the behaving human has physique, and this physique provides valuable clues to an underlying set of determinants, which may prove quite as collaboration between biological and behavioral scientists, and the growing awareness on the part of psychologists of the importance of biological factors has served to make Sheldon's position far more acceptable today than it was a decade or so ago. In any final evaluation of Sheldon's theory, it is important to consider the wealth of empirical studies that have been conducted by Sheldon and stimulated by his writings. Ultimately, the value of a theory can be best measured by its empirical impact, and no one can deny that Sheldon's findings and formulations have provoked dozens or perhaps hundreds of related studies. Sheldon's work is of assured interest to psychologists. Whatever its shortcoming may be, it has led to findings with which the future must reckon. Dear students, we have talked to you about a very fascinating theory, Sheldon's somatotype theory. The focus was on physique, how different types of physique, how different types of temperaments can be used in explaining human behavior, human personality. It was Sheldon who gave us the three types, ectomorphs, mesomorphs, and endomorphs. Dear students, I hope you have enjoyed listening to this very fantastic theory of body types. I hope you go through the PowerPoint slides and the Word document that is available on the web page of Personality Psychology. Do write to us. Do get in touch if you have any queries related to this lecture. Hope to see you soon in our next lecture with a new exciting theory of personality. Up till then, it's Khuda Hafiz from the Virtual University Studio.